Hey everyone, this is Andrew with We Are RIZIN podcast. This is episode 3 of the JMMA Kakutogi News Brief, bringing you all the latest big news from Japanese MMA and other combat sports in the region. We got a lot to get into, so let's get into it. But before we do, gotta give a shout out to my sponsor, Shroom Bar. 25% off your first order if you use the code WAR. These are great protein bars if you are a regular person who likes to work out. If you regularly work out, or if you do MMA, do any sort of training or anything, they got 12 grams of protein. They got lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, turkey tail, all good stuff for you to help ease stress, relax, and get you fueled either before or after your training. And I just took a bite out of this one, and I gotta say, they taste really, really fracking good. I can't curse yet because it's not past 5 minutes. But again, gotta give a shout out to Shroom Bars for sponsoring the podcast and being a great partner. EatShroomBar.com. Use code WAR at checkout for 25% off your first order. And again, if you do that, you help support the podcast. My kids and my cat get to get fed. Get a little bit better. Just kidding. No. But the shows that people are watching, people are caring about who is supporting the podcast, and I appreciate it as well. And happy to give a shout out to anybody who does buy Shroom Bars. But let's get into the news right now. We'll start off with RIZIN announcements. There was a press conference yesterday that announced fights for the RIZIN Otoko Matsuri show. They announced a bunch of fights and the RIZIN heavyweight tournament, which surprisingly is going to happen. I thought the RIZIN was done with tournaments after the failure that was a super atomweight one, and then the one where Kai lost to Okikubo. But I guess it's their 10-year anniversaries, and the last time they did a heavyweight tournament was 10 years ago. So it's a great way to celebrate 10 years of RIZIN. So let's look a little bit at it. So they announced that Soshi Sudario, Shoma Shibisai, Mikio Ueda, Jose Augusto, Alexander Soldikin, and Marak Somosiak will be a part of the heavyweight Grand Prix tournament. There'll be 2 more names they said that they're going to announce. My guess is if Egg Pole King wins his match, he'll probably be in it. And then we're supposed to be, they said, Sakaki Bar said that there'd be a fighter with a good resume, I'll say, that will be in it. Who knows what that could be? Surprisingly, there's no American representation in this, so maybe it's an American. People are speculating Ben Rothwell could be KFC champion. Brian Bader just recently parted ways with PFL, so who knows? Maybe could be him. Some maybe even think Francis Ngannou. Who knows? They said they're going to announce in about 2 weeks, and as well, they're going to announce the brackets as well coming up, and they're going to do the brackets for the Tokyo Dome show May 4th. Second part of the brackets in spring, and then the finals in fall, and the winner gets 20 million yen and a championship title shot. Don't know who would be the opposing, the opponent for that. Kind of just figured that you would do the championship for the finals, but I don't know. May have to do that for the flyweight Grand Prix if that happens. And then the runner-up gets 5 million yen. So this is what RIZIN has traditionally done with their tournaments, where the first place person gets the money, big money. Second place person gets the not so big money, but money, extra money nonetheless. But looking good on the Grand Prix front. I know Jay Wolf was like a pig in crap when he saw this. So let's just hope it goes through without any sort of hitches or anything. And also, let's see if they have any alternates as well. They have the last 2 tournaments. They did not do alternates, and yeah, it did not work out well. Oh, can't forget the kickboxing tournament where Taiju and Cozy main evented. Maybe that may be the worst RIZIN show of all time, or at least the worst Grand Prix of all time. Other fights they announced for this show. By the way, as well, thank you to Combat Sports Today for condensing all this. Joe Hiramoto, who looked taller and blacker at the press conference, taking on Toki Tamaru, a Rise kickboxing fighter in his MMA debut. Ersan Yamamoto, who just, I don't know, does Ersan Yamamoto appear when you say his name 10 times when you look in the mirror? Because he'll fight and then he'll disappear. And I don't know. He's wealthy, comes from the wealthy Yamamoto family, so doesn't really have to do anything. So it's almost like he just fights when he feels like he likes to fight. Daichi Tomozawa, Ersan Yamamoto taking on Daichi Tomozawa, who got the beautiful highlight reel knee knockout of Kota Miura at the RIZIN New Year's Eve show. Everybody's favorite Bellator fighter, Danny Sabatel, taking on Shinobu Ota. I wait with bated breath for that match. And then John Dodson taking on Takagi Soya, this time in MMA. John Dodson beat Soya in bare knuckle last year. And Soya did pretty darn good. Soya, another guy who will fight and then just disappear. So, yeah. I was going to say they should just have Ursan and Soya fight. Because then we know that neither of them will ever reappear, regardless of who wins, who loses. But yeah, that was said. That was a press conference yesterday. And yeah, well, they're trying to stack this. No announcement from Mikuru's opponent, but a lot of talk of Yaman and possibly Chihiro, even though Mikuru has said he does not want to fight Chihiro. I don't know why he would want to fight Yaman, especially because Yaman knocked him out when they first met. So we'll have to see. I'm guessing probably. I'm going to take a big bold guess that the RIZIN show this weekend, which is free, by the way, on RIZIN.tv, RIZIN 50, I think that's when I want to say that this one they'll maybe announce who Mikuru's opponent is. That's my guess. I don't know if you want to. It's starting to get closer and closer to that May 4th date, and RIZIN tends to announce things pretty early, especially in main events. So kind of surprised that this is taking that long. Speaking of Yaman, let's actually get into as I switch over here. Give me a second. Very sorry about that. To Rise this weekend, this tomorrow actually, Friday. I'll change up the thing. Rise El Dorado 2025, a big show. By the way, as well, available on a Bima Live TV or Bima Global for us in the United States. Price point of only $20.86, and it's looking like a good fracking card. I think I could curse now. Good fucking card. So like I said, Yaman is in it taking on Miguel Trindade. That's gonna be a very tough fight for Yaman. Open finger glove, by the way, as well. Don't forget that. Taiji Shiratori's on the card. Kento Haraguchi, Ryujin Nasakawa is taking on Kumandoi. Who I think Kumandoi took on his brother Tenshin, if I remember correctly. Shiro, Kan Nakamura, Yuki Kasahara, Kazuki Ozaki, Mason Usami, so Packers brother, Hiroto Yamaguchi, brother of Kento. Most of all, we got Gump on the card. Can't have El Dorado without Gump. Yeah, and this is looking to be a stacked show. And Rise cards flow like I don't know, like they flow so easily, and they're great, and they're just they put on some of the best just events just in general, especially with their big shows like El Dorado and the Grand Prix that they do and all that. So again, that's this Friday. You can get that on Abema Global for if you're outside the United States, and it's looking like a great card. Let's see how Yaman does. If Yaman knocks him out in 10 seconds, who knows? Maybe he'll be the Tokyo Dome opponent. So in other news that happened, we'll talk about deep from this past weekend, there was 2 deep shows. We had Deep Jewels and then a Deep Tokyo Impact card. Let's talk about Deep Jewels first because I think that was the more important. That was definitely what so many people were talking about. Fact that Ayaka Hamasaki lost. Actually, I'll rephrase that. Morai Suda, excuse me, tapped out Ayaka Hamasaki 2 minutes 28 seconds first round, and that the way that she just dominated her first time. Also, she's lost by submission as well as Hamasaki. You can find the main fights on the deep the main deep channel. They're all available for free. Well, most of them are available for free, including this one. But man, Hamasaki, never have seen or would have thought Hamasaki would be dominated in that way, especially by another grappler. There's been questions about if Hamasaki should retire. I don't think she should. I still think she has value to atom weight and and I don't think she's cooked. Suda is maybe top 3 grapplers in atom weights in Japan at this point. She's got an insane submission win record. She spams submissions so like so much. It's amazing how she's able to slap on submissions almost so easily. And she's always hunting for them. She's not a lay and pray grappler. As soon as the fight's on, she most of the time she pulls guard. In this fight, she didn't. Ayaka tried for a judo throw, and then Suda took her back. It was a really fascinating fight to watch. In terms of other fights on Deep Jewels, by the way, this is Jewels 48 available on Deep's YouTube channel by subscription if you want to watch the whole show. Hikaru, I don't know, Hikaru Watanabe, whatever you want to call her, one as well. Yoko Higashi, who got a KO win on Mana. And this is right after she went on that losing streak in PFL. So good on Yoko Higashi. Yeah, other than that, it was my favorite, Po Chan Z. Unfortunately, she won the first round. I would definitely say she won the first round. Unfortunately, she ref stoppage due to injury. It was kind of more because her eyes swelled up and she just didn't respond to punches that Elena was given to her. And yep, fight was ended. I can't argue with that. One day she will get her win. We support you, Po Chan Z. Other than that, yeah, a lot of the regulars, Momoko Yamazaki were on the card, Chibisai, Reina Kobayashi. So unfortunately, we're seeing with the way that atom weight is now, you have people that are really fucking good, and then you have people that are mid tier. So, and we're kind of seeing that it's kind of becoming very evident right now in Deep and RIZIN, the few fights they have in RIZIN that are atom weight. After the show, Suda said she wanted a challenge for the title. Seiki Izawa, Deep Atomweight champion, RIZIN Atomweight champion, Super Atomweight champion, said she would fight. She wants to see Suda take on Oshima, and then she'll face the winner of that. And so, once again, Izawa is looking almost. She is. I was so behind Izawa when she first came on, and now she almost seemingly loves to avoid fighting. She's avoided fighting Oshima. She's avoided. She seems to be avoiding Suda. It's very frustrating because this is. She said she's gonna quit. I think by the age of 27, 28, and she's getting opponents that are way below her level, and she's mowing through them. And it's clear, and it almost seems like politics are preventing or are the main reason why she's not fighting. People like Suda, Oshima, other possible contenders for her titles in Deep and RIZIN, which she has not defend. She hasn't defended that RIZIN title. Oh, I can't remember. And the deep ones are on ice at this point. I can't remember the last time she's defended them. Yeah. It's so frustrating with her, having her as a champion because she's just not fighting. The other show that was that happened was the Deep. There was it was one of Deep's lesser shows. Let me double check. With the name Deep Tokyo Impact 2025 first round, and one of the lesser star-studded cards. JTT guy Daigo Kuramoto knocked out Tommy Watanabe, and then Yukarino got a knockout. So here's the thing: he missed. He tried soccer kicking Yusuke Hatakeyama, and then he missed, and he fell down, and then he stomped him, but stomped his chest. Totally missed his head. Without a doubt, perhaps I would say the most noteworthy thing from this show is the Rikia knocking out Kotetsuhara knockout, which happened like it says there, 14 seconds, and it was clean KO. Hara went out immediately. So, and I'm surprised that Rikia is always one of those exciting fighters. And right, let me see if I can see. I hope that I don't get copyright stricken for this, but let's see if I can show this. Show the clip from the fight. Stop screen. Okay. Sorry, folks. Still learning this stuff. Okay. So.
この一戦ですけれどね、とにかく牛木選手、リキャーという選手はですね、本当に印象に残る。ここでダウン取って石木
Just clean KO right there. Rikia is one of those guys whom I'm a big fan of. I wish he would get more recognition. He will always brings it. He's always entertaining. Hopefully, we get to see him in RIZIN at some point because he is an incredibly entertaining fighter. And then the big show from this past weekend was 172, and what a clusterfuck of a thing this was, because first it was on pay-per-view and nobody was talking about it because because nobody wanted to pay $30 for it. People who did pay for it, so there were people who paid for it, very few people, and then what happened was one offered it for free after the fact because due to technical reasons, and now apparently people who pay for it, they had a refund window of like 24 hours that people got, and a bunch of people like Kapoza, I think I saw talked about, or Cerebral Vigilante said that they missed the window for the refund because it was only offered for 24 hours. And a lot of people are not happy with one. I've heard the show is good. I still have to watch it in full, but a bunch of things happened. Takaru lost. That's a big thing from it. Knocked out first round. First time he's ever been knocked out, I think, in his career. Apparently came into the fight with injuries, broken ribs, broken sternum. Apparently he was sparring with a UFC middleweight, a French guy. Let me double check on the name. John middleweight. Oh, I had the name right here. Oh well. How does I spell Takaru? Oh well. Anyway, it was a middleweight fighter, and sad to say that this has been. I feel like we've lost years of Takaru's prime, being stuck in K1, and also because this guy trains like a maniac, and I'll be honest, trains kind of stupidly. You shouldn't be sparring with middleweights when you have a fight 2 weeks out, and it's already been canceled once, and now this. So he went into the fight injured, and I still think Rodtang would have won regardless. I think that Kakuru's chin has the way that he fights is the total opposite of tension, where tension is defense, offense. Takuru's is offense, takes bombs, delivers a bigger bomb in return. And that can only go on for so long. And especially a guy against like Rodtang, who has numerous knockouts to his record. So there was that. Shinya Aoki also retired after once again beating Edward Folyang. Who knows what this armbar is? Maybe yeah, I'm sorry, armbar. This retirement is maybe he's the actual opponent from Mikuru. Who knows? And yeah, people were happy that Yuya Wakamatsu won his fight. And of course, Nadaka Yoshinari. I guess Masaki Nori finishing Taiwan Chai was probably like the feel good moment of the night, especially because he was the underdog. Nori didn't look great in his past one fights, and then finishes Taiwan Chai. So good on him. There was some other news that happened as well after, and we can see right here that Marat Grigorian missed weight by 0.75 pounds, and Kaito, who is supposed to face, declined. Now, this whole thing is a mess. I'm gonna try to get it within 10 minutes, but basically, so he missed the weigh-in window, Marat, and then what happened was that not Taku. I'm looking at Taku right now. Kaito was like, I'm not going to let a guy wait. The official doctors from Japan had left, and then one apparently was taking over the weigh-ins and hydration, all that stuff. And so uh, the one has done this many times. Where like, where they do weigh-ins behind closed doors and all that stuff. It's like very weird. Anyway, so Kaito declined to fight because he's like, I don't like if we're not doing it officially with transparency, I don't want to do it. And then he declines a catch weight. Chatri then goes on a post fight press conference rant, just insulting. He says Kaito, he calls Kaito like he's not like a fighter, and he should go back to the small organizations that he ran away. And here it is. When a fighter wants to fight, he finds a way. He thought that Kaito was scared. Said he was paid in full, but I don't think he deserves. I think Kaito should fight in the smaller promotions. Kaito's team has also claimed that he's not been paid. And man, the blowback from this was crazy. Chatri just introduced. He gave an apology because he said that he was looking forward to the fight and all that. Yeah, he got guff from Sakagi Bara. Bara said, if you're gonna come promote in Japan, you can't be insulting other promotions and fighters like that. A bunch of fan blowback was like really, really, really bad for this. And it seems like more people are talking about this than the actual show. And good on Kaito for standing up for himself. And I doubt that this will set him back. I don't know if he'll get another chance in one. Probably not likely. But I have no doubt that his next fight will be a big one. Whether it's shootboxing, maybe RIZIN will get him back, or for whatever organization he fights for. Because Kaito got a lot of goodwill. A lot of people were on his side, and I gotta say I'm on his side. He missed weight, and He not only did he miss weight, he missed the weigh-in window, and then wanted to do the weigh-in without the Japanese officials, doctors, and all that there. So yeah, Kaito's like, this shit's sus. I'm not gonna allow it. Anyway, that is all the big news that happened past weekend. Don't forget that RIZIN 50 is this weekend. At I don't know, March 30th, RIZIN.TV. It's free for us in the United States. Unfortunately, if you're in Japan, you gotta pay a BEMA or whatever Unext, whatever you're gonna watch it on. And just once again, I gotta give a shout out to the sponsor, eatsroombar.com. Go there, use WAR at checkout, 25% off your first order, 12 grams of protein. Got reishi, cordyceps, lion's mane, and turkey tail. All good stuff for your workout if you want to use it as a snack. And yeah, got healthy ingredients. And yeah, I've already had, this is the second one that I've had so far, and they're delicious and they're healthy. Very rare to have that combination. And again, when you do that, you help support the podcast and tells each room that, oh yeah, these guys have fans. These guys have actual people who support them. So please go ahead and do that. Quickly as well, like and subscribe the video. And if you're not following the podcast Twitter at wearehorizonpod.com. Thank you so much again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see what happens next in terms of news, and we'll definitely see you again for episode 4, whenever that would be. Take care, everybody.